Hello, I'm Old Man Cuber, and welcome to episode 4 of my 6-part series covering the beginner's method for solving the Rubik's Cube. All right, let's go ahead and get it right into it. Here in episode 4, we're basically going to be solving the yellow cross. And of course, we're not using the Rubik's Cube, partially because the yellow cross is already solved. Actually, the whole cube's solved, and yeah, this cube's a pain. But so we're going to be solving for the yellow cross on the Rubik's Cube. Actually, and it looks like we've got we've got a couple variants here. So yeah, well, let's get right into it. The key ones to remember is the right hand algorithm and the left hand algorithm. Actually, we will not be using the left hand algorithm at all, and there will be a slight variation to the right hand algorithm. We'll be using that as is, but we'll be adding another turn at the beginning and at the end. And actually, let me go ahead and get these rotated so that they all line up a particular way. Basically, when you get to this part of the cube, there are, and it's interesting, I don't have them all, but there's really 3 different methods, or 3 different options. You could say 4. No, you can't. But most of these, and this is basically how my what most of my cubes end up looking like, is what's referred to as the 9 o'clock. If you put this in a clock face, a small hand of the 9, big hand of the noon, or 12, that's not, of course, 9 o'clock. Not to be confused with 6:45 or 3:30 or 12:15. Yeah. So it's 9 o'clock that we're looking for. And actually, according to my clock, that's in 10 minutes. But whatever. The other more common, or the second most common one, is what's referred to as the yellow bar, and that's where 2 of the edge pieces, or 2 of the yellow pieces, are already lined up, and of course the yellow center is the yellow center. The third option, and the one that is not displayed here, is the just the yellow dot, where there's no yellow edge pieces facing up. That really is a combination of when you go to solve it, it's a combination of the 9 o'clock and the yellow bar. So the yellow bar is the 9 o'clock, and the yellow bar will solve if it's just the yellow dot. And of course, there's also the problem with, well, there's no yellow at all. Just turn the cube upside down. That's yeah. Anyway, new toys, right? So that being said, I tried to flip the cubes over in their spots that I had them in, but if not, it's no big deal. So we'll start with this one. This is in the 9 o'clock position, and you want to make sure it's rotated there, and rotate the whole cube. You don't need to rotate the top. I mean, I suppose you could, but that's not how the beginner method really, at least how I picked up on the beginner method. So, so we've got the 9 o'clock. Now this is where it gets different. So we've got the 9 o'clock. This is our front, or our face. We have to do, and this is where it gets different, F. Then we do the right hand algorithm 2 times. So that's 1, 2, and then we do an F prime, which rotates it back. And that's it. That's the yellow cross. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually something that I use, especially when using the beginner method on this, which is a Megaminx. I know, scary, but it's not. We'll get there eventually. So again, this is the 9 o'clock position. This is our face. We rotate F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that solves for a white cross, or for yellow cross. So that's the 9 o'clock. And we'll come back to it a couple times so you can just get it again. But now the yellow bar. The one thing that's different between the 9 o'clock, it has two faces, but they're the 9 o'clock position opposed to across from each other. This is, instead of doing the right hand algorithm twice, you're doing it once. And that's where the dot comes in. We'll cover that. I'll cover the dot at the end because I don't have an example. But you rotate F, right? Because this is our face, right? Oh, that was another thing about the bar. The bar has to go across. It cannot go up and down. If the bar is like this, you got to rotate the cube because it'll make a mess. So, yeah, make the bar do your F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And there you go. That solves the yellow cross for the bar. Now again, this is the 9 o'clock, which is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And there's our yellow cross. Again, that's F, one right hand, two right hands, F prime. Now back on the yellow bar, remember it's got to be across. The F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that solves it for the bar. And then one last one at the 9 o'clock. And again, if it's just a dot, I'll explain where the difference is from the dot. Because you start the dot like you do the 9 o'clock. Okay, so if it was just a dot, it would be a F right hand algorithm, second right hand algorithm, F prime. Now, because it was a dot, this part would be solved, but these two would not. So you just rotate, and then you do the F, the right hand algorithm, and then the F prime, and then you have your yellow cross. And really, that's it for the yellow cross. The fun one, it's going to get a little more fun, or it's going to get fun when we get into the next section where we're completing the yellow face for layer 5. It's completing the yellow face for layer 3. Sorry, 5. There is no 5 layers. Thank God. But solving the level 3 for or the face for yellow, not solving yellow 5 or the level 3, because we still have some issues there that we'll address in episode 6. But that being said, if you like the content, go ahead and click on like and subscribe, and go ahead and click on the bell while you're at it to get notifications of when I upload new content. So, thank you very much. Have a great day.